Beyond Meat suspends operating chief after arrest for allegedly biting man's nose, CNBC. Beyond Meat says operating chief Doug Ramsey is suspended after he was arrested for allegedly punching another man and biting his nose. Beyond Meat said its operating chief Doug Ramsey has been suspended, effective immediately, after he was arrested Saturday evening for allegedly punching a man and biting his nose. The company said, plus 1642 Chars. Full match. Big E vs. Roman Reigns vs. Bobby Lashley. Raw. Sept. 20. 2021 WWE. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Remind me later. Stock market news today. Dow slips over 300 points. Treasury yields keep rising. The Wall Street Journal. Follow the Wall Street Journal's full markets coverage. Null. The 4-7-8 method that could help you sleep, CNN. The 4-7-8 breathing technique can calm your mind and body by relaxing your nervous system and decreasing heart rate and blood pressure, which gets your body in the optimal state for sleep. Editor's note. Sign up for the Sleep But Better newsletter series. Our 7-part guide has helpful hints to achieve better sleep. Falling asleep or coming down from anxiety might never be as easier. Plus 6295 Chars. Beyond Meat exec accused of biting man's nose. Reports. Inside Edition. An executive of Beyond Meat is accused of biting a man's nose. Authorities say Doug Ramsey, 53, who has been the chief operating officer of the plant-based F. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Official DLSS 3 comparison trailer. GeForce Beyond. IGN 00. Stock market news today. Dow slips over 300 points. Treasury yields keep rising. The Wall Street Journal. Follow the Wall Street Journal's full markets coverage. Null. Priyanka Chopra and her daughter Malti Marie. 9 months. Admire the New York City skyline. Daily Mail. Priyanka Chopra and her daughter Malti Marie are currently in New York as they enjoy their first trip to the city. The 40-year-old first-time mother cuddled with her daughter in a series of photos. Priyanka Chopra and her daughter Malti Marie are currently in New York as they enjoy their first trip to the city. The 40-year-old first-time mother cuddled with her 9-month-old daughter in a plus 5241 Chars. Special master to Trump's lawyers. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Politico. Judge Raymond Dearie pushed Trump's lawyers repeatedly for refusing to back up the former president's claim that he declassified the highly sensitive national security-related records discovered in his residence. Trump has argued that the 11,000 documents taken from Mar-a-Lago were rightfully in his possession, including about 100 bearing classification markings that suggest they contain some of the nation's M+ 2813 Chars. Alzheimer's might not be primarily a brain disease. A new theory suggests it's an autoimmune condition. Neuroscience News. Rather than being simply a brain disease, researchers propose Alzheimer's disease could be a disorder of the immune system within the brain. Summary. Rather than being simply a brain disease, Researchers propose Alzheimer's disease could be a disorder of the immune system within the brain. Source: The Conversation. The Pursuit of a Cure. +6302 Chars. Soyuz rocket rolls out for launch of Russian-American crew to space station, ISS News, News 18. CNN News 18. Soyuz rocket rolls out for launch of Russian-American crew to space station, ISS News. News 18 ground teams at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan rolled a null. Boston Celtics center Robert Williams III to have arthroscopic knee procedure. Expected back early in 2022-23 NBA season. Sources: ESPN. Boston Celtics see Robert Williams will undergo an arthroscopic procedure on his left knee, which had been a recurring problem during the playoffs, and is expected to return to the lineup early in the regular season. Sources told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Boston Celtics center Robert Williams III will undergo an arthroscopic procedure on his left knee this week, causing him to require 4 to 6 weeks for recovery. Sources told ESPN on Tuesday. The +947 Chars. Digital Foundry is now hands-on with RTX 4090 and DLSS3 Eurogamer.net. Getting to grips with the next big AI innovation, frame generation. Earlier today, NVIDIA finally revealed the new RTX 4090 and RTX 4080 video cards. Based on the ADA Lovelace architecture. We've been hands-on with the RTX 4090 for the last few days and were hard at +3075 Chars. Tesla Megapack battery caught fire at PG&E substation in California, CNBC. As of late Tuesday morning, there were no power outages for PG&E customers, nor any injuries to on-site personnel due to the fire. At least one Tesla Megapack caught fire early Tuesday morning at the energy storage facility, operated by utility PG&E in Monterey, California. As of late Tuesday morning, there were no power out. +2464 Chars. Why didn't Prince Harry wear a military uniform to the Queen's funeral? Deseret News. What has been Harry's experience returning to the UK after leaving the royal family? Even after serving in Afghanistan and in the British Army, Prince Harry was not allowed to wear his military uniform during his grandmother's funeral. His return to the United Kingdom after the Queen's +1792 Chars. Protests flare across Iran in violent unrest over woman's death. Reuters. Protests raged for a fourth straight day across Iran on Tuesday, and authorities said 3 people had been killed during unrest over the death of a young woman in police custody. Dubai. September 20. Reuters. Protests raged for a fourth straight day across Iran on Tuesday, and authorities said 3 people had been killed during unrest over the death of a young woman in police CU. +4647 Chars. America's sexually transmitted disease problem is out of control. Gizmodo. At a conference this week, public health experts and health officials sounded an alarm over growing case numbers of syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. Sexually transmitted diseases in the U.S. are at a crisis point. On Monday, prominent public health experts and government officials raised an alarm over the ongoing annual Rise in STDs. Preliminary. Plus 3650 chars. These fossil mummies reveal a brutal world long before T. Rex lived. Gizmodo. Paleontologists have found fossils of Lystrosaurus, an ancient reptile, that are covered in leathery skin. It was a time of catastrophic change. Most of life on Earth had been wiped out. Global temperatures had increased dramatically, and the weather raged in extremes. That anything survived in this hosty. Plus 7564 chars. Draymond Green says NBA owners should vote whether Robert Sarver should be out as Phoenix Suns owner. ESPN. Warriors star Draymond Green said on his podcast that he thinks the NBA should conduct a vote of its owners to oust Robert Sarver as owner of the Suns. Golden State Warriors All-Star forward Draymond Green called on NBA owners to hold a vote to terminate Robert Sarver's position as owner of the Phoenix Suns. I'm asking that there be a vote. Green. Plus 4033 chars. Xbox Series X update allows more discs to be played fully offline. Ars Technica. Forced online check-in no longer required for Xbox One and Smart Delivery discs. 22 with 19 posters participating. Microsoft has quietly updated its Xbox Series X system software to remove the need for a one-time online check-in before playing Xbox One discs and certain Smart D. Plus 2135 chars. Single-family rent increases cool for the third straight month. CNBC. Rents for single-family homes are still higher than they were a year ago. But increases are slowing down. Rents for single-family homes were 12.6% higher in July compared with the year-earlier month. But the gains continue to shrink from the record high seen in April. According to a new report from Corel. Plus 1562 chars. Sumner Stroh shares cryptic message after Adam Levine's affair denial. Page 6. Someone get this man a dictionary, the Instagram model. 23. Cryptically posted on her Instagram stories on Tuesday. Hours after Levine's denial. Sumner Stroh had a shady response to Adam Levine's denial over their alleged affair. Someone get this man a dictionary, the Instagram model. 23. Cryptically posted on her Instagram stories on Tuesday. Plus 1876 chars. Hurricane Fiona slams Turks and Caicos after devastating Puerto Rico and leaving at least 5 dead. Across the Caribbean, CNN. In its devastating path of destruction, Hurricane Fiona has killed at least 5 people across the Caribbean, cut power and water service for most of Puerto Rico's 3.1 million residents and left more than 1 million without running water in the Dominican Republic. In its devastating path of destruction, Hurricane Fiona has killed at least 5 people across the Caribbean, cut power and water service for most of Puerto Rico's 3.1 million residents and left more. Plus 7157 chars. Woman, now 29, needs 16 joint replacements after catching Lyme disease. Daily Mail. Megan Bradshaw, now 29 and from Charlotte in North Carolina, was described by doctors as the worst case of Lyme disease they had seen. She now says she is a bionic woman. A woman suffering from Lyme arthritis was left with such severe pain in her knees when walking that she needed a wheelchair and hands that had to be surgically uncurled from a permanent fist and Street. Plus 7611 chars. A meteoroid crashed into Mars. And NASA recorded the odd sound it made. Have a listen. Miami Herald. Null. Null. Cleveland Browns RB Nick Chubb admits scoring late touchdown versus New York Jets cost us the game, ESPN. Browns running back Nick Chubb on Tuesday admitted he made a mistake in Week 2 when he scored a touchdown late in the fourth quarter, giving the Jets a chance to stage their improbable comeback. Berea, Ohio. Cleveland Browns running back Nick Chubb took the blame for Sunday's loss to the New York Jets, saying he should have gone down instead of scoring in the final 2 minutes. Chubb's 12Y plus 2277 chars. Microsoft commits to updating Windows 11 once per year. And also all the time. Ars Technica. Microsoft attempts to clarify how it will roll out updates to users. In large, a PC running Windows 11. 40 with 32 posters participating, including story author. When we reviewed Windows 11 last fall, one of our biggest concerns was that we'd need to wait until the Val. Plus 4359 chars